just want, it's a disturbing question. I don't know if you heard me ask it before you hopped on, Kim. And it's a little dark. Okay.
I like
If you were
darkness.
going to be put to death, Kim McAllister,
Oh.
how would you want to go? The reason why I ask, as you think, is that guy that's the suspect in those Idaho student killings.
Yeah.
He might have to be put to death by firing squad
That's a law still?
if the state cannot obtain the drugs necessary for
No, no.
lethal injection.
Completely unconstitutional, cruel and
No,
unusual. They
in
can't do it.
Idaho,
No,
in March, the governor signed a
no,
new law giving the State Department of Corrections up to 5 days after a death warrant is issued to determine if lethal injection drugs are available. If they are not available, a firing squad can perform the execution.
What is this? The 1800s? No, no.
I don't mean to laugh because it really is disturbing on one hand. On the other hand,
No.
I definitely would not choose firing squad. But if lethal injection,
They
just going to
can't
sleep
do
wasn't
that.
an option.
I mean, if you've seen all these court cases about, is there pain upon the lethal injection? Do the drugs hurt?
Right,
And if
right, right,
there's
right.
pain and if it causes physical pain, then, it's unconstitutional, cruel, and unusual punishment. Well, let me tell you this, getting shot freaking hurts. And so you can't do that to people. I mean, do they deserve it? Probably. But you can't do that to people in the United States of America today. You can't do that to people.
Apparently you can in Idaho.
No, no, I don't believe it. It'll be legally challenged. It'll be struck down. Yeah, no.
I don't know. He signed the law. It hasn't been challenged yet. Who's going to challenge it?
Vicky says, who cares if he suffers? Again, Vicky, I would argue there are people that deserve the suffering. However, we have laws. We're supposedly a civilized society, and we don't do that to people. That's not how we roll. No.
Apparently, Walnut Creek adult softball says Gary Gilmore was put to death by firing squad in Utah in 1976. He had a choice.
He had the choice.
So that's why I'm asking. If you had to choose, and lethal injection was not an option.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. So if you had a choice, and lethal, would you want to be guillotined? Would you want to be hung?
What kind of choice? Would I rather be stabbed in the foot or shot in the hand? Guillotine
would be kind of like
firing squad. I think it's the fear of the waiting for someone to open fire that's almost worse.
All right.
I don't think I want to do any of those.
I mean, I'm not pro death penalty either, Eric. So I'm not making light of the death penalty. I'm just asking this question is because you may have a choice. Like in Idaho,
my husband just ran in the room and shouted, "Guillotine, guillotine, take the guillotine."
That's his boat. I mean, if I had to choose, I think I would choose guillotine over firing squad.
No, because you've seen in historical dramas and documentaries, sometimes if they don't sharpen that guillotine, sometimes they got to lower it once or twice. I'm not going guillotine.
Well, I mean,
and I don't want my head severed
thing.
from my body. That's
look.
gross.
If they can make a knife that can cut a can and then a tomato, I am positive they can sharpen the guillotine enough to go through you in one shot. I'm just saying.
I just feel like no.
I just feel like no. I don't think, Jim, they're going to be bringing back crucifixions. Kind of has a bad rap. A lot of connotations associated with
it. No, you cannot.
Oh, Amy says, I heard when your head gets, this is really dark. This is where my mind goes sometimes.
I love our people. I love our chat
I do.
People.
I love that you guys are going down this road with me. Amy says, I heard when your head gets chopped off, you're still completely aware what's going on for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Who told these people that? Amy, where did they find this out? This is my question. How do you know that they're aware of what's going on? Did they interview the body or the head? Was this like a scene at A Death Becomes Her where they're having conversations?
Well, it would make sense, like physiologically, right? Because there's still blood circulating in your veins as you.
But are you aware?
Your nerves are still there. Like it would take a minute for all the connections to zap down, right? To power down. I believe her. I think you're right, Amy.
I don't understand how they find these things out is my question. I'm not saying you're wrong, Amy. I'm just wondering how they would know. Cal says one shot. I mean, maybe I don't know if I think Kim was absolutely correct. The waiting is what would make
Yeah.
me so afraid. Like I just be like, okay, get it done. Did you saw that?
Hold on, he's back for more. What? Oh, here he comes.
Are
Okay.
you kidding me? Your head gets chopped off. That's where you think that's where all the nerves are going. The body doesn't realize there's no, it's like cutting a chicken's head off. It runs around, but that's just a
Right.
nervous reaction.
Right.
Your body remembers it's breathing still.
Nobody's
I believe
interviewing the
Amy's right.
body.
No,
I
you
mean,
guys are nuts,
I
man.
think that
Just
I don't know
chop
about
your
being
head off. And the
aware.
guillotine blades are so heavy.
Oh, you've really touched a nerve at this house.
The guillotine blades are so heavy that they don't have to be sharp.
Guillotine blades are heavy. He's really
I
considering
hear him.
this.
I hear
Yeah.
him. He's
You should bring it
quite
back as a
passionate
form,
about
man.
it. Yeah.
He's walking down the hall still shouting about it.
He's like, how can you believe? How can they believe those sorts of things? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you're right about the powering down. The awareness part, not so much. I don't know if this guy Brian Koberger gets death by firing squad, if people are going to stand for it.
RJ.
RJ, my severed head would be all fuck. Beep. Yeah, exactly. Oh no, what I was gonna say was, remember that scene from Air? Did you see Air?
No.
Okay, so there's a line, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. There's a line in the movie Air about the Air Jordans
Yeah.
that Nike got its slogan, just do it, by a guy that was about to get executed. They're like, do you have any final words? And he's like, just do it. That's where they
Kill me now.
apparently
Oh God.
got the slogan for Nike. Just do it. So every time you lace them up, just know that they're just as dark as I am. As of Tesla, could be the body experience, possibly. Box Death by Cage match with Ryan Seacrest. I would watch that. That's thinking outside the box, Joe Box. I would definitely do that.
Lori says no. Your immediate death if your brain stem is severed. Spine at your brain stem.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. Ron saw head chopping in Saudi in '89. Ugh. You see that happen and you want to know what's on the list that would result in a beheading. They leave it there to shame the family depending on what you did.
Barbaric.
Damn.
No.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I never want to be put to death. I never want to do a crime that puts me to death. But if I was going to, I would definitely want it to be quick. I would say out of all the gruesome choices, not firing squad. I think guillotine. I'm kind of liking it. I'm just kind of liking it. The whole hands through the thing, and maybe I could double up with somebody so we can kind of have a conversation. Like, what are you here for? What are you here for?
Oh, no. You're talking till the bitter end. No.
Constantly.
Maybe
Constantly, like she never shuts up.
Drop kick me off a tall building or something. That's what I pick.
That is so funny. All right. Thank you for guys going down that very, very dark hole. It was the first thing that popped into my head when I saw the headline. I was like, well, if I was put to death, would I want it to be by firing squad? I don't think so.
We're going to be talking about this all day at my house. There's going to be like,
here's a good question from Jennifer. What last song would you like to hear before being executed? Good question. The last song you would ever hear. Don't worry about it, because every little thing is gonna be all done. Yeah, I don't know. Probably
Rolling
something from Bob
Stones,
though.
Start Me Up. Maybe?
Oh, this is a good one. It's the final countdown.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Joe Boggs.
Well done, Joe Box.
Sound of silence. Sound of silence. Don't worry, be happy. That's fun. That's a good one. Eric says the song that never ends.
No.
Yeah, I would want you to just. There you go. Ron, I shot the sheriff. Possibly death by firing squad. Perhaps. Yeah, that's a good question, though. Yeah, regardless, with my luck, it'll be Cars. James says, regardless, with my luck, it'll be the Cars for Kids song. That is so funny. Joe Box, always look on the bright side of life. That's funny.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Harry's Game by
Clannad?
I don't know that song. I apologize. I do
We'll
not
have
know
to
that
check it
song.
out, though.
whatever song's the longest. I'm not saying they're waiting to the end of the song to do it. I just think it's what you're listening to as you die. Jim's laughing very hard at this conversation. Lori, Ain't Got Nobody to Depend On by Santana. Inagata Davida. That would be a fun one, I guess. Baby Shark, that's just like kill me now. Maybe that's the point, right? Just kill me now. Bolero, Shoot Me, The Song Never Ends. Anything by Slayer for Kevin. Yeah. Would you want it to be a song you like? Or would you want it to be a song you hate?
A song I
Because you
like.
like just end
These
it.
are my
Just end
last
it.
sounds on this earth. I would want it to be pleasant. Something has to be pleasant. If you're gonna kick me off a building, shove me in traffic, or guillotine me.
Yeah. I don't think hanging does a very good job because if they don't
Mm.
snap the neck right at the beginning, like you gotta just hang there for a bit and tortured, right? So that's
the
not
feeling
good.
of suffocating, I think, would be highly unpleasant. The drowning or any type of suffocation, that's a no.
Yeah, like being tossed in the ocean, maybe. I hear drowning, again, dark. I hear drowning right before you die. You're very euphoric. I hear it. This is what people that have drowned tell people. So it's right after the person that had their head cut off, tell everybody what they're experiencing in those last few moments. Oh, Cecilia, it's a small world after all. I'd be like,
No.
drop it right now.
I'll
Just
go
do
with
it.
Jeff. Stairway to
Stairway
Heaven
to
might not
Heaven.
be
Yeah,
bad.
that's been
Yeah.
mentioned a couple times. All right. The Macarena.
No.
I remember the first time I heard the Macarena, it was on my senior trip to Mexico. I was like, oh my God, this song. And then I came back and it would not stop off the radio. It was awful. Highway to Hell. I'm on a highway to hell. Freezing, not drowning. Ugh. You're saying you want to freeze to death, not drown? I would not want to freeze to death.
Well, because Karen says freezing, you basically go to sleep.
But I'd be in pain
like
before I
that.
get to that point. Nope.
Yeah,
Freezing is
but
my hell.
if you go to sleep and then that's it, I can get behind that.
I love our family on this show. I love the fact that I was actually able to talk about this and not feel totally guilty. Thank you. Goodbye, Stranger by Supertramp. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've all decided that the death penalty in and of itself is a dark thing, right? So we're killing people. I say guillotine. Kim can't decide on anything, apparently. No. If there was a gun to your head, it's going to be a gun to your head, Kim. So.
I'm going to go with freezing. I think that they're right. Yeah. If you go to sleep and you just don't wake up, that's okay. Even if you're chilly beforehand.
I don't like being chilly. That's my hell. That is what probably at the bottom of my list is freezing to death. Not that I would want to burn to death because that would be just awful. But no, I'm taking guillotine. I'm maintaining guillotine.